Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, and I'm glad if everyone's back for the next video, and if you're new here, welcome. If you're one of my 6 subscribers, thank you so much and welcome to this video. As of the last video where I said I was going sober for 3 weeks, that lasted about 2 days, guys, 2 days. And then I ended up back in the club, and I made one of the best memories. That picture on the wall right there is the little photo booth looking one. That's one I made that night when I went out in the club. And yeah, I went out with my friends, made some really great memories. As of now, from that day, I think that was the 14th of October, I'm now 4 days sober from drinking. I don't plan on drinking until I go clubbing again. Point being, don't let it get you down if you have to sometimes break your sobriety to go out and make memories. You're allowed to go out and make those memories, okay? Because you're young, you can be old to make memories. You can make memories at any point in your life, actually. That's not the point, okay? The point is, it's just why are you breaking sobriety, you know what I mean? Like, if it's really important to you to keep sobriety, then keep it. You can still go clubbing, I guess, sober. It's just something that probably makes a lot of people really anxious, including me. But if it's really, like, important to you and it's your reason to keep going each day, like soberism is, stay sober. No one's forcing you. But also, if you're like someone like me who's just kind of testing out the waters of how long you can go without drinking, don't be so hard on yourself if you're breaking sobriety for this. Because I got to like 2 days on the sober app, and then I was like, oh frick, I'm gonna do shots tonight. It's very clear I was doing shots tonight. I had a really great time that night. That was actually one of my better drinking nights where I was like, I knew what was happening. Like, I got there safely, got home safely. Had a really great time that night. So I don't regret that at all. And then I logged that into. I still have the sober app on my phone. I don't think I'm gonna delete it this time because low-key it's very fun to like just keep logging in. So I've now had a 4 day streak of how long I've been sober. 4 days, 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 9 seconds, and that's since the 14th of October, which is the last time I drank. Low-key loving life, hopefully. Great day. I love Paul's Bakery, guys, and by that I mean, if I had $1 billion, I would literally give 1 million of my money to Paul's Bakery. They are the most beautiful place in life that reminds me of my house. Like, it's the place in my heart that lives as home. This is the orange juice, everyone. I love the Village Press. This is the first orange juice I've got while I've been in England that tastes like it's freshly like squeezed. Let me just sip this now because I've shaken it up properly. That tastes like fresh orange juice. You know how hard that is to find here? Everything else here says it's like freshly squeezed, this and that. No, this is perfection in a bottle. And I don't drop the word perfection often. This is perfectionable. If you see, I finally got a stapler. Everything I love is on my wall now, guys. I did my sheets today. Shout out me, bro. I've been like bossing this, and I've also cleaned my floor. I'm gonna do laundry tomorrow. I've been bossing today, bro. Finally got a coat too, guys. Yeah, so I went into town today. That was like an experience of mixed emotions, because low-key, I'm terrified of getting buses. And someone's gonna be like, why would you be terrified of a bus? Because my sense of direction is about as rubbish as the next person's. Okay, like, I can tell my lefts from my rights sometimes. Other times I get really confused because, like, you know, they say left, right, but are we saying that this way is right because that's pointing in the right direction? Or are we saying that that way is right because that's my right hand? Like, it's very confusing. Or are we saying that this is left because it's my left hand? Or is this left because it's pointing? It just confuses me, okay, basically. So, I walk places, I love walking, but to follow a map, and the 4G isn't too good around here, so the map always reroutes me. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna get the bus into town. I've been wanting to do this for 3 weeks, okay? Let me just say, the timing has just never worked out, okay? Every week, either I'm too late in the day to get going, or I'm too scared to get the bus, or I just had no clue, so I gave up. Today I was like, I'm gonna go get this jacket. Why? Because I didn't go out yesterday night, so I woke up actually pretty early today. By early, I mean 12 in my terms. That is early. And yeah, so I wasn't like tired, I wasn't hungover, I wasn't none of that. So I was like, yes, let's get going, let's get to this town centre, right? Because like that's where low-key everything is. So I got up, then I got changed. It's around 2:30. Like at this point, I was ready to give up. I was like, maybe it's just not put in my cards. I might just order this stuff online. Then I was like, look, I need to go to town centre today. Like I've been wanting to do it for ages. So I go out and like, bro, I'm a really socially anxious person, and you wouldn't know it because why am I talking to? It's because when I talk on YouTube, you know, it's like I'm just talking to people out there, but like not face to face, but like face to face interactions terrify me. Okay, I went on the bus, the first bus that came. Okay, like I was googling stuff because I'm not gonna ask the bus driver where the hell we were. I was like, does this bus go to city center? I didn't even say that. I just got on the bus and prayed. And then he stopped somewhere that, like, Apple Maps was telling me was city center. I was like, was this city center? And he was like, everyone just needs to get off the bus. I don't know what that meant. Because the next stop sounded like it was a town. And I was like, heaven forbid I end up in a town, because how the heck am I going to get back? So I just got off the bus there. Then I went onto the bus behind. I said, does this bus go to city center? Oh, we are in city center. Didn't make that very clear, bus drivers, by the way. Like, I don't know why that felt like it was such a task. Anyways, I was in city centre, but I wasn't actually, like, near the shopping mall area. I had to continue walking, like, following Apple Maps. Somehow I walked past a protest. What is this country even about, okay? There was, like, police lined up, just people protesting randomly, and then some man in the corner singing Jamaican songs. Loved it. Like, it was so... I know people are protesting for random causes here, but, like, some of those causes did not look like they needed to be protested for. Like, it didn't look like it was a serious protest, bro, but it just looked so random as hell. I was like, what? What? Like, this actually goes on in real life, because I've never seen a protest in real life before, but it's not like that, because I understand some causes are worthwhile protesting for, but I was looking at the causes they were protesting. What is going on, okay? I really did want to give that busker some money, though. He was singing some, like, Bob Marley type beats, and I was like, good for you, bro. Like, while all this nonsense is going on, like, in the corner over there with, like, the police and the protesters, bro was singing Bob Marley songs. I was like, yes. And then I went into the town centre, and, you know, this was where I got homesick, because I can walk around malls alone back where I used to live, because it's like, I know I have my family there, right? It's like, I don't mind walking around malls alone there, because it's like, I see my family each day, I have friends there and stuff, and it's like, yeah, I like walking around malls alone actually there, because it's just my own free time. When I walked around the city centre here today by myself, all I could think about was my mum and dad, because the first time, and the only other time I've ever been to the city centre is with my mum and dad when we went to Nando's, and, you know, it's nice being single until you have to think of a place to eat, because frick me, I did want a Nando's today, but I was like, can I technically go in there and ask them for a table for one? How does that work? Do you go in and be like, can I have a table for one? Do they just sit me, like, at the front? I don't know. I've never seen a table for one. I feel bad. Am I taking up someone else's space? So I was like, frick it, we won't get the Nando's right now, because also I'll just think of my parents the whole time I'm there. I went to, like, 10 shops to look for jackets. Eventually I found my jacket in Zara, which, nice jacket, by the way. Very nice jacket. Keeps me warm. Very happy to have this jacket. Sorry, the thought that this place is super cold, you need a jacket. Sorry, I'm chronically online. In fact, there was one day this week where I was on TikTok for 10 hours in the day. Okay, let me low-key just check my screen time, but yeah. I think I was actually on TikTok for 10 hours this week. Okay, this week. 30 hours and 25 minutes I've been on TikTok for. Y'all think I'm lying? Read that out for yourself, bruh. Like, that's crazy to me. Crazy! Anyways, yeah. So I'm chronically online at the point, so I kind of watch all the memes happen. Loki love that, though. I'm here for the memes. Just the fact that I'm on it for 30 hours probably ain't the best for anyone's mental health. Now's the point where I had to figure out food. So I said, let me go to Paul's, because I have been talking to my parents through, like, FaceTime, whatever. And I was like to them, they always go to their pool brunches back there. We used to do this as a family where we'd go to Paul's, right, and Loki, we'd get sandwiches. I always have this one order, tuna diplois sandwich, no lettuce, no tomatoes, and yeah, it's literally tuna mayo in a baguette, but the way they make it is amazing, astonishing. I would pay thousands of pounds for it, just one of those. If I had to go 10 years without it, trust me, I'd pay £500 for it, because honestly, I've grown up with it my whole life, because where I've lived, they've always had branches around, so from, like, the ages of 5 till now, which is, like, 19, I've just grown up with the sandwich around, and every so often when I get homesick, I always find a Paul's, because I love Paul's Bakery. Tell you what, I've travelled to most of them. I need to make it to the one in France. Like, I've been to one in the French airport, Charles de Gaulle, before, but technically I don't count that as France, because, like, I feel like when you go to some places' airports, you're not actually, like, technically visited inside the country. Like, I've been to Corsica. Was it Corsica I went to? Yeah, I went to Corsica, which is, like, an island off France, but I still don't count that as France either. It's, like, French, also Italian, but it's, like, an island. I want to go to actual France and go to a Paul's in France. That is one of my things on my bucket list. Anyways, point being, I enter. The floor is exactly like the ones they have back where I live at. It just reminds me of home, right? Everything reminded me of home today. I was listening to Billy Joel, Piano Man. Still I believe this is killing me. As a smile fade away from his face. Well, I'm sure that I could be a movie star if I could get out of this place. That's how I was feeling. I was like, let me go home because, bro, I bought my sandwich. I bought the first orange juice that tasted like orange juice. I got myself an iced chocolate, okay? And, like, I found myself a little table to sit down by myself. It didn't feel the same, right? Like, it felt wonderful in a way. It was like, yay, but all I could see is just memories of me and my family, you know? Sat at pools like in other like countries, sat at the pool franchise, and you know, when we normally go to brunch at there, like my dad's there joking, like, look at the wall, look at the paintings of the Eiffel Tower. Sometimes my parents used to pretend they were in France when they were sat there. Like, they'd take a picture, they'd be like, look guys, we're in France. It was just, I don't know, we have so many memories, and like, us sat at the table, us like, my mum and dad, if they were here, they'd be so psyched about this, because I don't think they've ever actually been to this pool specifically. I think they've been to the one in London, but they've not been to the one where I'm at right now. But yeah, actually, I don't even know if they've been to a pools in England. I have to ask them that, but I just know they'd be so psyched because they love pools just as much as I love pools, and it was one of those things where it was like a really beautiful experience because I was like, this is the first place I found here that reminds me like slightly of home, and then like it just made me homesick because I was like, it reminds me slightly of home, but the three people in my life, my family, that I want to be sharing this moment with, none of them can be here to share it with me, so I was just sat there alone. The wife didn't really work, so I'm a YouTube person. When I eat, I watch YouTube normally, or like a TV show or something. The Wi-Fi wasn't working, so what was I doing? I was listening to more Billy Joel and like Elvis Presley, the Beatles' Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Okay, I can't sing, guys, but still. Yeah, no, I was listening to all that, and it just got me thinking about all my memories, and bro, that made me so homesick. So homesick. Like, I wanted to cry. Like, I've been fairly depressed this week. I won't lie to you guys. Like, the past 3 days, I ain't been loving life like I usually do, and it's been quite hard. In fact, my room literally built up into a really big mess recently, which was why I'm actually proud of myself today, because back where I used to be in life, like, because I was always around my parents, they'd help me out of these situations, I guess. Here, no one helps me out of the situation, so back there, I'd leave my room to become a mess for like 2 weeks when I was depressed, and then my mom and dad would literally come in and be my superheroes and clean it with me and just basically help me survive. Here, if my room piles up to be too much of a mess, I'm the one who has to pick myself up and say, yeah, we gotta clean this up, we can't live like this, and I think that's one reason I'm proud of myself. I might not be succeeding in much in the past week. I've been having kind of a hard week, you know what I mean? I had injections in one arm, and then this cough I've had, low-key lasted, from freshers flu. It's still here somehow, just knocking about, so I haven't really been sleeping much, but no, it's just I've been a bit homesick. It's just been a really big combination of things, and I just feel depressed sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, I walk around and there's just this emptiness to life sometimes. I just look and I'm like, life just, it feels empty. One thing I'm proud of though is I've never used drinks here to numb the depression, okay? The only time I drink these days is when I go out to the club, because that's a fun time. You drink for the club and you're having a great time. I haven't used it here to like get rid of my emotions and stuff. I'm happy to feel them these days. The other day I was having such a horrible day, and I don't even know why, okay? I had to go get an injection, and starters, one thing about me, I hate when I have tasks in the day that I didn't choose, like appointments. It makes me feel so like, if the word was claustrophobic with my time, like, it's like my time is running out until I get to the appointment. So when I have an appointment in my day, my whole day is basically ruined. And basically, I had to go get these done at like 5 o'clock at night, which means my whole day was ruined literally till I got these done at 5 o'clock at night. And I was like stressing about them and stuff, and I don't know. And then I went to get this vaccine done. She shoved it into my muscle, okay? Forget that. That was like a different type of vaccine. Had to get an Uber back. It was just a really horrible day for me, and I just felt like crying the whole day, like low-key. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Well, please, the Village Press, if I ever make it big, and low-key, yeah, if I ever make it big on YouTube, when I make it big on YouTube, forget if I ever make it big, when I make it big on YouTube, okay, if someone's watching these old podcasts, the Village Press, please sponsor me, okay? I'd be your biggest sponsor. Low-key, you don't even need to sponsor me. Just send me some more of this stuff. I love it. I love freshly squeezed orange juice. You've made my day, the Village Press. Okay, anyways. Yeah, I was having such a bad there's nothing even I can say to why I was having such a bad day. I just woken up, and you know when your mind's like, I'm not in the mood today, and it's like, nothing's gonna work out today because I don't want it to work out today. The world could have given me 10,000 reasons for why the day could work out. It wasn't gonna work out. I woke up in a bad mood. I was not getting out of that bad mood. This is one thing, okay, I will tell people. Please don't go to sleep listening to sad songs. And I mean this because I've been doing this a whole week. Okay, sometimes I find it really comforting, okay, to put on like really, really like depressing, heart-wrenching, just sad songs, okay, and just make them like Vampire Empire as an example. Did I tell you that I miss you? Valentina breaks my heart because it's not even sad, it just, the way TikTok's made it is sad. Falling Down by Lil Peep and XXXTentacion, XXXTentacion, shout out to him, R.I.P. I listened to that like on repeat while I fell asleep, and then when I woke up it was still playing. There's no way you're gonna start your day good if you're waking up to "Come, let's wash the rain as it's falling down. Shit don't feel the same when you're out of town." It don't feel the same, I can't lie, I miss my parents. Like, stuff don't feel the same when they're out of town. But there's no way you're gonna wake up happy. And then part of me is like, sometimes if I'm really upset and sad, I don't want to put happy music on to sleep, to like, you know, love songs and stuff. Yesterday, right, I wasn't feeling the best, but I said to myself, you know what, if I can't put a happy song on to sleep, I'm not putting a sad song on it either, because that stuff goes into your subconscious, you know what I mean? Regardless of if you want it to or not, that's going into your subconscious while you're sleeping, and then you're waking up to it, and I guess it starts your day like that, and it just spirals. Like, with me, sad music is one of those things that can always send me into a depression. It's so comforting, and I love it so much, and that's why it's so hard, because on one hand, when I feel depressed, the one thing I want to do is just listen to sad music, because I feel so understood by it. But then the other thing is, it feeds my depression. So when I feel depressed, if I listen to sad music, I go deeper and deeper down, and it's a spiral. It's a really hard thing to handle, I guess, because on one hand it comforts me, on the other hand it feeds those thoughts and gives it more, like, it makes it grow more, I guess. But I'm trying my hardest not to, but I had a really hard week. I was in the Uber back trying not to cry, and I don't even know why I was trying not to cry, okay? Like, again, I felt so tired and so alone in life, and that feeling of loneliness really eats you up. It eats you up, okay? Like, the second I got back inside the house, like, after my injections, came to my bed and cried. I've been sleeping a lot this week too, like, low-key. I've used sleep as a coping mechanism when I'm depressed. Low-key, I sleep nowadays at 5 o'clock, like, after I've had my dinner. Don't wake up till, like, 9 or 10. Don't get back out of bed. Put on some show and fall back to sleep. There's no way to live, but you know what I mean? It's not nice being awake when you're in that type of mindset either, and sometimes being in my dreams is a nicer place to be than my own head, because my own head just feels so sad and so tired and so exhausted. But I'm trying, guys, I'm trying. Today was really lonely, and this is another thing I've realized. When you're outside in town, city centre by yourself, and all you can think about is your family, maybe it is easier to just be alone in your bed, because at least when you're alone in your bed, you can just doom scroll and, like, I don't know, cuddle cuddly toys and stuff, because I've got a ton of cuddly toys. I love my cuddly toys. Anyone tries to take my Siberian Husky cuddly toy, we're gonna have issues, okay? But, yeah, sometimes it's a lot easier to just do that than it is to be lonely when you're around people. Like, I went into town today, and you just see these couples. Nothing wrong with couples. I love, good for them. You see these families, again, nothing wrong with that. But when you're alone in, like, your own way, and you see people around, all it makes you think about is how much you want to be around people who love you. And again, it's hard to do when the people who love me are, like, 3,000 miles away. But yeah. But I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. I got back home today and I thought, how can I make this day better? I thought something's got to change, so I cleaned my room for once. I low-key washed my sheets because they were getting dirty. I'm going to do my clothes wash tomorrow and stuff. What else? I was going to have lasagna for dinner today, but I opened the fridge. The lasagna low-key looked moldy, so, on the plus side, we're having a nighttime coffee, guys, and for the Susans out there saying, you shouldn't drink coffee at night, you're going to be up all night. Can it, Susan, okay? Or, sorry, more likely my mom, if you're still watching this point, mom. Don't worry, this is my one and only coffee of the day. I think I'll survive. I've even put new water in my flowers so they can live longer because they're the most beautiful flowers I've ever gotten in my life. Shout out the flowers, yeah. Point is, I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to get through. Low-key, I got to catch up on some work, which is what I'll do tomorrow. Life is still beautiful, even in the hard days. It's just getting tiring sometimes, and, you know, the beauty of life is that the sadness makes us appreciate the happiness. And oddly, my birthday was actually Mental Health Day, World Mental Health Day, 10th of October. And I think that's a really beautiful thing. But yeah, the sadness makes us appreciate the happiness, just like the darkness makes us appreciate that. There's got to be a mix of everything in life. It's just hard sometimes because there's nothing I want more than just to keep happiness, you know what I mean? Because, I don't know, it's just sometimes really hard to cope with, like, depression and stuff. Especially when you've got no one else around you who, like, I don't know, going through it, or, like, when you're away from your family, because I don't open up to people here, you know what I mean? I can easily fake a front around most people around me, like, fake a smile, pretend everything's good, and you wouldn't know how bad of days I could have, because if I saw a person, I don't open up to anyone but my family, and, like, really, really close friends, which I don't have here right now, so, if I have a bad day here, I'm not gonna tell anyone. I'm low-key just gonna fake a smile and get on with life and pretend to laugh in conversations and stuff, and that's what it's very isolating, but this is meant to be a hopeful vlog, so as you can see, I've low-key had a bad day today too. Everything makes my anxiety peaks a lot too, and everything makes me anxious these days. Like, I was so anxious that this place was gonna burn down because I left my straightener on. I didn't leave my straightener on, I just thought I did, and it was making me really anxious the whole bus ride. I was so anxious I was gonna get off on the wrong stop and then have no way home. I was so anxious I was gonna get stranded. Everything works itself out. Like, low-key on the way back, I couldn't find the right bus, so I had to get Uber back. But I got home, the point is, you know what I mean? Like, jeez. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm just really anxious these days, and that makes me feel really sad for myself. Like, when I can't do basic tasks, like, get on the bus, you know what I mean? I always just feel like, wow, I'm such a rubbish person in life. But I'm trying, and I got a jacket, and I'm getting the task ticked off my list, and I should be proud of myself, and I'm going to start talking myself up, because I love myself deep, deep down there somewhere. I know I'm struggling right now, but I love myself, and time heals everything, and I trust in God. Yeah, that's what I started to do, actually. Instead of playing sad songs before I go to sleep, I've low-key just started, if I'm not going to play happy music before I go to sleep, then I'm going to pray to God and go to sleep in silence, because I'd rather just do that. And yeah, low-key, guys, have a good week. I'll see you next week, and yeah, low-key, great days, I think, hopefully I wish everyone happiness in life.